Okay. Countdown. Test. Also later. Heck yeah, I'm an hour. Green. Warcraft. Say. Let's check the things. All right. Let's do this. Private, public. Beautiful. And let's do this. Sweet. All right, let's see if I got anything done. Perfect. Apparently you can actually finish the mission table, which I did not know was a thing. I've been going through all my completed classes that I finished the campaign on, and just trying to get as many done as I can. Okay, let's get this. Can I finish it with? Okay. Then this Saurian. And What's going on, Bob? How's your day going? Or night, depending on where you might be. I don't think White Mane can take on...
What do you seek?
No, I need... Damn it, I haven't trained anything. What's going on, good buddy? There you go. Yeah. Could be better. Ah, damn, I'm sorry, man. I can relate. I can definitely relate. Well, hopefully things get better for you. When in doubt, take a nap. Short naps are always nice. The Invincible armor set. That is fitting for Death Knights, considering Invincible is Arthas's mount. Alright, so we need... I need to check my mage and my rogue and see if those are done. I need to actually upload my... They will be back online by the 17th for the new content. Oh yeah. I'm really curious how all that's gonna go. I'm thinking about doing a video updating my Daneth Trollbane video. Because my old one was super short. I think it was only like 6 minutes. I don't know if I just skimmed over a bunch of it or I just didn't detail enough, but his video should definitely be over 6 minutes, even back then. But of course, as I say, it's been a while since I've done that video. But it would make sense with him. Legion, there you are. But it would make sense with the focus being on him that I do a video on that. I did finish my Chi-Ji video, which I'll be having up on Friday. So I'm hoping to spend a day probably working on the Sylvanas video, another day working on Mograine, and then probably another to try and do the Daneth video. Nice thing is that with doing a Daneth video is that, although I say that now, but my Ilaria video ended up taking longer than I thought because I was literally redoing the whole script. I have the video for it, so that'll make it a bit easier to do. Water Elemental exhausted. Only thing I wish they would have really done for the order halls is if you can have train an extra 3, or that way when they run out you can just go and instantly get a max one. But I don't know if that would be considered OP. Do this. Let Vargoth. That is a very strange voice to come from him. Would not put that.
Enough talk. Time for action.
Do that. Sure. Meryl. Yeah, he won't do much.
I am listening. Be careful.
Alright, so that's done. Now we just need to check the rogue. Then we'll probably do some maybe PvP or work on leveling the Death Knight. No, it's not my first time playing a DK. The DK I've actually leveling I've had him since probably Wrath. What's going on, B Sweet? Glad to catch you. Hope you're doing well. Love YouTube. Oh, thank you. I am doing pretty well. I always have that constant stress of working on another video, but I am doing quite well overall, recovering from the surgery and all that, and trying to get back into shape. Because whenever I go back to work, well, I would like to not totally be screwed.
My loyalties are my own.
I really wish they did more with Valera. But yeah, I've played all the classes to varying extents, whether it's extensively like with my druid or dabbling like with monk or the Drakthir or the evoker. But yeah, I've played all the classes as as you can see. But as far as favorites, I've always had. Yeah, I make the lore vids. Yeah, that's me. One of the many creators who makes lore videos. I will say, after so long, I finally got the Mooncloth set. It should have taken me so long, but it took me forever. I've always loved how this looked on pretty much every character. And I remember in Burning Crusade when I would see priests running around with it, and I was just so jealous because it looked so good. I need a level of plate character. So I have so many. I have already other level 80s, but I have no plate character level 80s. Nice, exactly. Yeah, I'm slowly recovering. It's a slow process, but what was my old paladin? I have a lot of characters from when I first started, and paladin. Problem is that over the years I've changed. I think I'm in Durtrin. I've changed names and changed their races and stuff like that over the years. So it's hard to remember exactly who was who, but I think Durtrin was one of my originals. But at the same time, I thought he was higher level. It's not Kuthrati. Wait, I have another paladin, don't I? I should. I have a yeah, Freyden. Oh, Freyden might be the OG one. Yeah, I think Freyden is. Always going to be a vanilla Burning Crusade guy. Oh yeah, no, Burning Crusade is always my favorite. There's never been a doubt there. It's just always been the top. Go with Warrior. But yeah, Burning Crusade has always been my favorite. The tier sets were awesome. That's when I did a lot of my PvP. That's where I kind of found the love for PvP. What's going on, Mr. Lothar? Hope your day is going good, or night. And yeah, so during BC, I was very big into PvP, and I did arenas for a little bit. PvP has always been my thing. I've always been a solo player, barring when I run occasional dungeons with a friend of mine. But me and her have always been pretty solo players. I've been much more than her, but in years past, it's become more of a solo game for the both of us. But we'll still get together and we'll run different old raids to farm transmog sets or whatever the case may be. Okay. So yeah, it's always been my kind of go-to. But let's see. Oh yeah. There's a fair amount of pre-cross server in vanilla. Makes sense. I mean, WoW in general kind of turned into a solo game in itself. Oh, for sure. It's definitely done. It's become more easy to do solo stuff, which is great for, you know, people like me. who enjoy that, but I can also see where people aren't a big fan of that. Let's get some rep. But yeah, it's just always been how I've preferred to play. I've done all specs on Priest and Paladin, but not really become fully knowledgeable about other class specs. Yeah, when I first started playing, I was very bad about leveling characters. I felt really bad. Looking back, I'm sure I annoyed the piss out of my friends who I would ask to invite to a guild. Because I'd make a character, level them for level 5 or 6, and then go, I'm going to try a rogue. And then go try a rogue, and rinse and repeat.
Is crucial.
But yeah, so I've always dabbled in pretty much every character, every class and spec to some degree. But the druid was the one that I very much gravitated towards, and that was also the one that I have the most experience on, and the one that I'll always go back to do more kind of serious stuff, I guess, regarding like PvP and actually knowing basically off the top of my head how to do stuff. Only recently I've done DPS on a warrior and fury spec. Oh yeah. Yeah, with warrior it's always been kind of, I've liked playing them, but just kind of solo. But there isn't like a class that I truly hate or just will never play kind of a thing. I guess the only one I haven't really done much with is Evoker. But I do plan to change that. Enjoy Bear and Cat. Those are fun. And that's one thing that initially drew me to the Druid, outside the obvious, like, I can shapeshift? That's freaking awesome. Outside that. But seeing everything you can shift into and the kind of quality of life help that druids innately get with the quicker travel and all that stuff. But of course in Classic they were the, what is it, Jack of all trades, master of none. Storm Spirit. Yeah, I've done it. I think the only spec that I need to, or class that I really need to dive into to work out how best to play them is the Evoker. But otherwise, what the hell? Not really sure. Oh, okay. But otherwise, I've dabbled in pretty much everything to where I can roughly play without too much fuss. I think today I'll probably work on maybe Daneth, or I do want to get further on Sylvanas. Oh, balls. I don't need you.
Fallside Outpost needs reagents for incense to use at morning rise. Will you accept this new directive and procure them?
I've only done Demonology on Warlock and Archon Mage. Yeah, I've played... Demonology was my favorite for quite a while for Warlock, and then Affliction kind of became my go-to. I don't terribly know why. I don't think it's better than either of the other specs, but I just like the idea of being able to dot the crap out of everything and then just run around. And then have the, you know, Voidwalker taunt everything. Although Demonology got really cool when they added the Felguard. Even when people say Arc sucks, I always seem to do well. Yeah, I've never really tried much in Arcane or Fire. I've dabbled with them off and on, but I've always pretty much gone just with Frost. But of course I haven't done raids or anything really like that. It's always just been leveling stuff. So Frost has been just the best one to use. But I think in raids, I thought Arcane... Well, Arcane was the best to use for a number of years. Like, that was the go-to, I think, in Burning Crusade. But you burned through mana, like, absurdly fast. And then Fire was not quite as good damage, but you could actually do damage for longer. So I think it, like, evened out to an extent. I'm not sure totally. Five. Yep. Good old Agua. I think my favorite thing about my druid is in PvP, if you have good enough gear, I guess good gear in general, but druids are more annoying to kind of hold down. You just run around and hot the crap out of everyone and yourself, and it's really tough to kill you. It's great. Well, come on. Can we do it? We did it. Okay. Yeah, I still have the 25% gain, so. One day I need to spend good time just trying to level up my professions. That is something I have not done in a number of while. Okay, I don't need peacocks. Rogue is subtlety, assassination, and combat. Armed spec is the two-handed specialization for warrior. Combat is kind of like the all-around, so you use any weapon, barring two-handed. But assassination and subtlety is more focused on daggers. Because last I dabbled with them, like, it was the Moose specified daggers. Oh, okay, that's why I already killed those guys. I was wondering why the heck I wasn't getting the drops. And then tonight I'm going out to dinner with my mom and uncle, and my cousins might be there as well, so that'll be nice. And then I'm going to try to do some workouts. Ooh, speaking of which.
Honoring those of us in stasis lock is important to
Ooh, got a
us.
shield.
Thank you for
I
your
started doing a journal
path
of
unburdened.
food and workout that I do, and I want to be sure I try to keep on top of that. Even though personally I'm not great with tracking my things. Like, history has proven that to me countless times. But I at least want to have a rough idea of what I eat or do in a day. That way I can adjust accordingly, as it were. 6, 3, 25. Work out. And food. So what was it? Breakfast sandwich. Water. And Pop-Tarts. Gotta have the Pop-Tarts. Okay. Sweet. Okay. I have a chamois and I try to do well on enhance, but I'd rather do resto. Same here. Restoration is just fun. Although enhance has grown on me over the years, but I always go to healing. If I can heal on a class, I'll usually go to healing. That's always been my preferred.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you.
I should probably look at actually using some add-ons to make it a touch easier, but I don't really think I need them too much. I don't do anything serious enough for me to say that it's worth it. I remember back in BC I tried using, I think it was Healbot. I want to say it was Healbot, and I just never got the hang of it. I never been a big add-on guy. You like Healbot? A lot of people do. I've never been a big add-on guy. I mean, I'll have the occasional, like currently I've got like Alt Narcissus for doing thumbnails. BTW quest, which lets you see like a quest line, which is great for when you're trying to do old stuff. Decursive? Is that a healing one or is that something else? I haven't heard of that one. Okay, that makes sense. So it just focuses on getting rid of the debuffs on you. It's down here, right? Oh, it's over there and up top, that's right. In my attempt to avoid that guy, I pulled him. Yeah. I was thinking about doing an editing stream at some point. I don't know how people may care or want to see that, but two birds, one stone and all that. You get to see how many takes it'll take me sometime to do a frickin' sentence. But I don't exactly know how interesting it would be for people to see me edit a video. Alright, so then we head down here. I'm also just very stubborn when it comes to add-ons and stuff.
No directive needed. Communication in... sorry.
Make a script. Oh, I make a script. I have to.
Turning to task. Goodbye.
So what I do is I go to the wiki and I take what's there and then put it into AI and I have it rewrite it. But then from there I read through it to make sure it's actually said correctly and it's actually not changed anything like a person's name or a location or sometimes the gender. Don't exactly know why I did that, but read through it, double check it, make sure it doesn't need to be rewritten, because there's been a few times where the way it's written just doesn't sound right. So I go through and I'll rewrite sections of it or not use sections of it or whatever the case may be. And then from there I'll do the recording. With the recording I'll notice sometimes I have to re-edit the edit because it doesn't flow right and it's like a bit of a tongue twister. So yeah, there's a process. I mean, one video, the Chi-Ji one I just did only took me about a day or so, which is great. That's like a new record for me. but more often than not, it'll take me about a week roughly to do a video. But obviously that depends on the length and how detailed it is. Like the Death Knight one, that one took me just over a week, and basically I stayed up until 9 in the morning of the day I published it to finish it. So yeah. And I always put how I use AI in my videos in my description of every video. I don't want to hide that aspect, that's for sure. Oh, come on. You jerk. Why must you throw bombs at me? There we go. See, throw bombs that way. Not at me. Can't wait to start doing videos and streams. Nice. You gonna do videos like WoW lore, or are you doing something else? One thing I've always said is that if I didn't use the AI method, I would never get videos out. I have analysis paralysis, and it's hard for my brain to take what's really important and simplify it when it's like, but it's right there. Why don't I just read that? Planning on something akin to spec talent build reviews. Oh, nice. I can see that doing pretty well. Especially with how competitive the PvE scene can get, and PvP. Make a lot of sense, process you got going. I like to think so. I mean, I understand that nowadays using AI at all is a very, basically if you use it, you're essentially the devil at some point, is what it can sometimes sound like. But I'm very open about it, so it's not like I try and hide it from people. I did have one person who basically said my stuff was AI slop. That's funny. Charge silt, okay. Which I don't totally get, but whatever floats their boat. Like you said, you're scrutinizing it and tweaking it where it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, I try to be sure that it still flows nicely and still is pieced together well. And like I say, when I go to do the reading through it, like I'll read it out loud to myself when I have it rewritten. I go, okay, that sounds good. But then I'll go and actually record it and I'll try and say it. And sometimes the like the words they use are just, they're too close together, so the, you know, it's too many S's right after each other. It's a tongue twister for me, basically, is a simple way to put it. And so I have to rewrite that or all this other stuff, and it's just one of those things that, like I said, I very much have analysis paralysis, where I've had it since I was a kid. I remember in school I would have, oh, so many times when I was trying to do a paper or something like that, and like, oh, you just gotta you know, take your sources and credit them and do all this stuff. And I'm like, that's great, but why can't I just, you know, say I got it from this and read that paper? Because it's saying everything just fine. Why do I need to rewrite it? So my brain's never been able to really get out of that. So the AI kind of takes it to something more unique, and then I can take it from there and edit that. So it makes it a bit easier. And like I say, end of the day, it's still not a quick process. And the nice thing is that there's plenty of channels to where people can go and enjoy those. But the thing that I always kind of go back to is that how do you know that their writers aren't using some sort of AI? Like, it just seems weird. One hint of AI and it's AI slop. But how do you know that other creators aren't using AI? But either way, like I say, if someone doesn't want to watch my stuff, that's fine. Just, I always ask, just don't be a dick about it. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can just leave. You don't need to leave a comment saying that it sucks or whatever. Unless it's constructive criticism, then yes, let me know what I can improve on. But otherwise, just saying it sucks doesn't help. Silt is in the water. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that the silt was part of the water. Okay, got that. What's this up here? Oh. Sure, let's go do Delve. Why not? I don't think I've done a Delve on this character, at least in a while. And it's part of a quest, so it's a double win. The funny thing is that, like, with the Sylvanas video, currently it's already at 60 pages, and that's without her intro, like her backstory in her early years, which, oh geez, it's gonna be painful, because I'm currently going through and taking notes on all the chapters and then having the AI rewrite those, rereading them, making sure they sound good. Yeah, it's gonna be a beast. That video alone is probably gonna be over 5 hours. I'm going just straight up balls deep in there. It's it's gonna be such a long video. Oh, I'm gonna hate rendering it. So I keep having healer. So I guess I got rid of the curios. But I guess it's just like you pick the role and then he has that, is my assumption. Because before you could pick specific curios to help out, but I guess I got rid of that. I don't do delves too much. Let's freaking go. Really? Insta-fear? Not even insta-fear, insta-like terror. There we go. Okay, so let's... Heck yeah, you give me that 16 gold. Now my lifelong dream of... I don't know. Getting multiple packs of gum. Probably a Big Mac with that, actually. Rocket strap missile. I like that. It's very goblin-y. And also with my writing the script, I'll go through and if I have access to the like the book or the comic or something like that, I'll make sure to double check that it actually goes in turn with that. Big Mac, exactly. I haven't had McDonald's in a hot minute, which is good. Definitely not saying it's not. Trying to cut back on the terrible foods for me. Speaking of which, I need to make sure I have everything to make the chili that my mom made for me. So I'm going to try and make it myself and probably have it not go too well. Although in theory it should be pretty easy according to her. It's just kind of a dump it in the slow cooker and wait. Except I think you have to chop up the Italian sausage, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Come here, buckaroo. Cooking just takes practice. It does, but my skill at cooking is crap, to put it lightly. And I just don't like cooking, to be honest. Like, that's just the simple fact that I just genuinely don't like cooking. That's always been my problem. But I did once burn Easy Mac 3 times in a row. So it put me off to cooking for quite a while. But I'm very much... I love the eating part of it. I love that. But I don't have the patience to, like, make an elegant meal. Give me something just to dump in the slow cooker and go, or chop a couple things, put it in a pan, and throw it in the oven for 20 minutes kind of a deal. That's pretty much my level of how much I want to cook. And I'm cooking for myself, so I don't need anything fancy. And with trying to lose weight, it's... Oh, excuse me. Burps are just popping up. And with trying to lose weight, it helps to, you know, keep the same things going in. I enjoy cooking up to 4 to 5 people, but after that, forget it. More power to you. I've never really enjoyed cooking. I've never found that joy. Like I say, my grandma was a big cooker. She loved to cook for the family and just cook in general. That was her love language, and I was all for it. That also contributed to my weight gain. But I certainly don't hate it, because her food is so damn good. Oh. So good. Cooking in WoW, totally different. Yeah, cooking in WoW is a little different. It's got a couple different factors than, you know, real life cooking. I do remember about a couple months before my grandma passed away, I went to visit her, and I'd go and hang out, chat with her, bring my dog, and she would feed her bread and all this other stuff. And I remember I was kind of giving her shit, so I was going like, saying that she made this, pointing at the belly, and going like, "This is your fault, Grandma. This is your fault." And she had a good laugh about it. We both did, but I certainly could not say no to her cookies. They were too good. Hey, disconnect. Love there's no mess or fishy smell. That is a plus. And there's no cleanup. Oh, not a disconnect. Wow. Usually when it does that, it disconnects. Ruh-roh. Almost a rut row indeed. I threw it up there, didn't it? Yeah. That is basically the opposite of what you want. Alright, burn it away. There we go. We are masked freelancer. Alright, cool. Thanks for the chat. Heading to bed. Catch you next time. See you next time, my dude. Hope you sleep well, Bob. And I'm gonna be just killing some things. It's gonna be great. Sweet. Well, that's convenient. Let's see if this was a bad idea. I move that thing farther away? No. No, you do not move closer. Which is a bit rude, I feel. There we go. Gotta get the pet coming. Hey, there we go.
Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. We're close.
You aren't wrong. That is treasure. Let's freaking go, mate. Stun is super annoying. To some people. Burn it away, burn the remnant. There we go. Found a better gold. My favorite toy. Oh, I keep forgetting to get rid of that add-on. All right. Oh yeah. Lightning strikes also deal 13,189 to enemies near their target. Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. Okay. Shield Slam, Bloodthirsty. Oh, Bloodthirst. Have a 35% chance to grant you Thunder Blast, stacking up to 2 charges. Your next Thunderclap becomes a Thunder Blast that deals 40%. Okay. Steadfast has the peaks. Stamina increase by 5%. That's always a plus. Pending Victory increases your maximum health by 10% for 5 seconds. When its health increase expires, you heal for any amount the original Impending Victory healed you. Oh, okay. That's cool. Ooh, that's not bad either. Let's go with this. Go with this one. My favorite toy that I have gotten in years past is definitely the transmog. It's just too good. I use it far too often. Widow's Fury, Broken Promise, Remorse, Malice, Fire Soul. Let's go with Frost Needle. And my all-time favorite looking shield. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we are. Bulwark of Azeroth. Let's freaking go, mate. Let's freaking go. Avoid the things on the floor. I don't think any of my trinkets have a use effect. No, okay, that's what I thought. You telling me I haven't done a delve on this character? That's surprising.
Nothing old Fran can't get through.
Any other? There's sometimes little hidden things around here. Nothing I can see. All right. Worst case, I lose a couple, but there are worse things to happen in the world. Turn that. Okay. Rattling bag of gold. Bag of gold. Okay. Well, you get more strength. Can't really go wrong with that. Alright, so let's turn you in.
what brings you here. Be careful. May the stars guide you.
Fran's rocking a witch hat. Good on him.
You'll
Looks good on
find
him.
me wherever the action is.
Complete 3 delves.
I'll go ahead and pack the supplies. See you down below.
When shadow falls, lamplight
Is there? Oh, there is. Fantastic. Lead a war within Delve.
May you walk in the light.
Let's do it.
Bring Beladar's warmth to those in need.
Are there there's I think there usually is, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. There's usually delves to do. Echo of Nazoth created. Citizens interviewed. Got a whole group over here, jeez. Oh, okay. I am excited to be getting my next level 80 soon. That'll be nice. Let's do this delve over here. This General Dragon Isles, Kazalgar. Crystalline Portal. Okay. So we need to go over here. Into the mine. The mines of Moria. So, how are ya? Oh, I'm just fabulous. Artisans Consortium. The Dragon Isles branch. Two-hander. Equip. Oh, made by me. Oh yeah, okay, that was me leveling up my stuff. Alright.
Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. We're close. Oh, they'll never be using that move.
Alright. Must collect the ores. Wait, there's a vein over here? Ah, there is. Whole reason I sprinted over here was to get mine this. But I got all distracted. Hurl a basket at weakened miners. Yeah, I can hurl stuff at people. Sure. Assuming they're up above. I feel like it's probably better just to, like, hand it to them, but it wants me to hurl them. I'm not one to argue with the game.
No directive needed.
I mean, maybe don't stand in front of the cart. But who am I to tell you how to live? Okay, yeah. I stood in front of the cart.
Here's your take of the spoils. You got to dodge.
I did dodge. The enemy didn't. And I'm okay with them not dodging. That seems like a win in my book. Oh, you jerk. Inventory is full. When isn't my inventory full? That's a better question. No. Level 80. Well, that's just rude.
You won't hit us with that one.
And uno mas. Another one bites the dust. Another one down. Another one dead. Another one bites the dust. I guess swing adventure codes. Delicious energy beverage increased movement by 1 to 60% for 12 seconds. Sure. %46. I will take it. Keep an eye out for that rolling cart. We should be good. I got my side. Not the button I intended to hit, but you know, whatever. Gotta let the T-Rex out. Come on. That's a way to end a fight.
I'll give you a hand with this one.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, we don't need this, since that's a BC thing. Or Wrath. I know it's not current. I know it's not current. That little frog in the throat there, jeez. Yeah, that's, never mind, that's BC, yeah. 3-dimensional bioprinter. Damaging only creature that below 40% creates an imperfect copy of it at 50% power to fight by your side. Only one copy can. Oh, that's cool. That is quite nifty.
Nice fight.
Oh, you have to find him now. Okay. So that's what changed. Okay. That makes more sense. Before it was literally just you were given it. But yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Before it was like you had you like picked which ones that were given, but you already had a preset thing, but I guess they changed that to where you have to find them. Which is alright with me. Slay the saboteurs. So we need 2 more dells to get the daily. Let's hop on the grand.
I have many lucky twos. You like.
Sell. Give that to my druid. And then, is there anything else we can sell? Oh, yeah, the daunting. Enchanted adamantium. Oh, whoa, 11. For those? Sure. Someone wants to pay freaking 11 grand for it, sure. I don't see that happening, but won't hear me complain if someone really wants to go that route. Okay. Alright. Alright, so let's turn in some things. Get that fabulous level 74. And be with all the cool kids, the even levels. Been lurking and working. Valid. Might have to hop off for a bit if I don't get back before you end. Hope you have a great night and rest of the stream. Thank you, BS. Much appreciated. Same to you. Hope your day or night goes good. I'll probably be only on for another half hour or so. Gotta get ready for my mom comes and picks me up for dinner, so I might stream again later tonight, possibly.
The Titans will return.
But I'm gonna see if people would actually want to watch an editing stream. But like I say, I don't know how many people care too much about that. Although, same can be said for watching me play. Either way. But thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night. Intervening a target grants them a shield of 5 seconds of resort. Okay. Stormbolt also hits 2 additional nearby targets. Well, that's already great. Hitting more targets with 1 hit, yes. That's like an insta yes, I'd say. Later. Right on, be well. Been fighting myself on that type of streaming too. I like to edit by myself. It's not so much like I prefer to edit by myself, it's just I don't know how interesting it would be since people they'd have to hear me say the same line like 5 times in a row, recording it, and then go through the editing where I have to re-listen to those 5 times and then figure out which one I like more. So not sure if people want to be subjected to that. Yeah, that might turn some people off from the channel, maybe. But it could be interesting for people to see the kind of workflow that goes in and kind of the work that goes into the videos. I did it before for my Minecraft stuff and way back when, but we shall see.
Our forged paths intertwine.
Alright, Stone Giant. Wax on, wax off. walking on sunshine. Whoa. Is it an actual email that I want to see, or? Okay. All right.
Tell me what drives you.
To morning rise. Should be over here. Let's go, Bran. All right.
You give that! Stand up to big things!
Didn't this delve used to be where you hold the candle and with each step you'd lose a little bit of the candle? Something like that? Gosh darn it. There we go. Lends the candle. Getting 6% health every second. You jerk. Pop all the cooldowns. Pop all the cooldowns. You definitely do not need to pop all the cooldowns. I can assure myself that. There we go. All right. Right. Hop over to here. There we go. How do I forget about Whirlwind every time? Oh. Wait, how does it work? It doesn't matter. Ooh, increase the mining by 1, eh? What's it called? Slab of slate. Oh. Apparently I have 4. Cool. I really should spend a day and just try to level up my professions. It's my alarm telling me it's almost time to go. Oh yeah, I gotta do the recording for my Brother's story. I want to get that done today. There we go. I think after this we'll call it for a day. Or at least until later. Okay.
Look around. There's treasure here.
Hey, what's going on, Croach? Glad you could make it. We're nearing the end of the stream only because I have to go to dinner in probably about a half hour, so Gonna have to hop off and, you know, freshen up for that. But I might stream again tonight or maybe sometime this week. Not exactly sure. But how's your day been going? Or night? Dang, Sag. Try to be here when I can. It is appreciated. But I obviously understand if you can't always make them. No hurt feelings. I'm going good. Just got pizza. Ooh, very nice. That's going okay for me. So far, I finished the video on Chi-Ji, which will be posting on Friday. So I actually have a video scheduled like a few days before it's supposed to come out, which is a whole new thing for me. And then tonight I'm going to be working on a few things. I have well, I have to either decide if I want to work on like a little bit of everything or try and just go hard on one thing. But I need to record the voiceover for my brother's story that he wrote about a time when we were kids and I hit him in the back with a bat. He survived with no permanent trauma, but it does make for a funny story because he was being a dick and he totally deserved it. But I was like 2. So he wrote a story about that, and then I'm debating between doing a video on Daneth, since he's got his arc coming out in the game with Arathi and everything. So I'm not sure if I want to do a video talking about him or work on Niazao, which is the Black Ox from Pandaria. Honestly, Niazao is... he really does not have a lot of history. So his really shouldn't take too long to do. His video is going to be really short. I'm trying to think if I can find something to pair him with, but I can't really think of anything. And honestly, I'm going to have... it's kind of the beginnings to working on the Wild Gods. Because the Wild Gods were actually a requested video many moons ago. And I'd always intended on doing them, so this is kind of my way of dipping my toe in the water. And then in the future I can do a supercut of all the Wild Gods, which are Loas, August Celestials, and I think they're called the Ancient Beasts, I think is the technical term for like, bloody hell. Not Logosh. Like Cenarius and all them. Totally forgetting the wolf's name. Logosh is Varian's nickname. Was it Logosh? Was Logosh the wolf? I can't remember off the top of my head. Gotta watch the Deathlord video tonight, and I'm hyped for whatever you got. Much appreciated. I'm just glad people enjoy my stuff. I'm forever grateful to everyone who watches and enjoys my stuff and gives the constructive criticism when needed and everything like that, but always flabbergasts me to see comments about that I help people, you know, relax to go to sleep and everything like that, because I never thought that my stuff would do that. The gods would be awesome. Definitely interested in that myself. Partial to Loa. Yeah, I haven't really ever had a partial one way or the other. I've always enjoyed... I got more into the Loa due to how in Wrath I kind of had to do a little bit of a mini deep dive, I guess, for him, because in Zuldrak they were being... the trolls there actually killed their Loa to gain their powers in hopes of actually being able to fight the Lich King. And so I got a little taste of that, and then I want to also do Zoldazar, and I think Zoldazar is the continent. Is that right? I always forget. Yeah, Zoldazar. Zoldazar. Wow, I cannot talk. So Zoldazar, the continent, and then I want to do each of them. Zoldazar is going to be interesting, to say the least, because it's got the raid that Alliance enters in from Tiergard, the battle for Zoldazar. For me, it was Bonsandi, such a fun character. Plus, Andalite trolls are badass. I cannot disagree there. I did enjoy Bonsandi. He was pretty funny. I don't remember a whole lot of his stuff, but when he was around, it was quite memorable. Although my memory sucks, so take that with a grain of salt. Man, sword. Ooh, upgrade. Hello. Pantalones? Pantalones. Stolen from Iskara Tuskar. Oh, it would reward you if you returned that item. Okay. Cool. But yeah, I've got... I don't think he really showed up too much for the ally. And of course, that was the faction that I played most. But I dabbled in the Horde and he popped up here and there. But it wasn't anything major. I think you kind of get a glimpse of him during the main storyline in Zoldazar. Yeah, Zoldazar. That's not going to confuse me at all when I do the video. But yeah, I remember, I think Bonsandi pops in when, like, Razar sacrifices himself or gets killed. And then also, I think when the king... It's something like that, but I remember he popped up sometime through the story there. But I never did much more than, like, the core story, so... Okay, there's that. Those are not out of the game, so we're good. Was in the main... Oh yeah, and the dungeon. That's it. I was like, I knew I saw him from somewhere. But yeah, the dungeon as well. So, I definitely was aware of him, but I never really did too much with the Horde, so... Only thing I'm not looking forward to with doing the Loas is pronouncing the names. Because it's... some of the names are going to be so tricky, and I know I'm going to screw them up at some point or another. But I do enjoy learning about all this stuff, so... Brand spells and abilities have a chance to commission the Pocket Factory to build one turret to assist for 10 seconds. Ooh, cool. Alright, so I guess I know what I need to do more of. I gotta do more of these delves. And let's transmog our stuff, and then I gotta hop off for a little while. What's the fell set? Ooh, that's cool. Skimpe. We all gotta have the ever-patented Slutmog. You just have to. Fellforged. How do I not have... Ooh, Nax is good. What's the warrior? Andari. Okay. Yeah, Nax is solid. I'll probably do a poll here in the future asking if people want to do like a Q&A if I hit 10K. I don't know how many people have any real questions, but I thought it was always kind of interesting. Let's go with that one. Beware of Yeti. Always love that shield. So cool. I remember seeing people running around with it in BC and just going like, oh, you lucky ducks. But that is going to do it for today. Q&A would be fun. I'm sure people would have some tricky questions. Oh, funny thing is, like, I do the videos in lore, but my brain does not always retain the information. Like, I have spotty information on a little bit of everything, but like specifics of this or that, I'll be terrible with. I would have to do Googling myself on certain things, but I'd be curious. I don't know what exact questions would come in, but I don't know. Maybe it's something to do. But I figure, I mean, 10K, I'll do some sort of stream for sure, because that's a number I never thought I'd... Then again, I never thought I'd see over 1,000. Really hard to retain all that. Oh, it's... And the funny thing is, like, it's been the same thing for my interest of Marvel or Avatar Last Airbender or DC. I remember specifics on, like, certain things, like Spider-Man, Colossus, Gambit, are my 3 main characters that I've loved since I was a kid. But a lot of the other characters, I know kind of the base information, and I can rattle off X, Y, and Z stuff about them. But, you know, really deep down stuff, I'm not good with. And then WoW is the same thing. I know a little bit of... I think it's funny, as I do more of the videos, my brain kind of has to make room, and so I lose what other stuff I had. Like, I know an okay amount of the Titans and the Keepers and stuff like that and their basic lore, and then obviously Arthas, and I know a lot of things here and there, but nothing to make a really full cohesive story. It's weird. My brain can be kind of annoying, but yeah, I'm just... Whenever I do a video, I try and learn as much as I can and check all the sources I can, go through the quests that are mentioned, or the, you know, cinematics, or the books, or comics, which is how the Valera video ended up being 4 hours long. It's easy to lose, though. Oh yeah, it's very easy to lose the intricacies. I do not have a eidetic memory, which would be super nice, but yeah, I've accepted that. And some people know, okay, many people know a lot more than I do about the lore. Like, I'll make the videos on it, but I can guarantee you I will not retain much of the information, minus the bare minimum facts. What's going on, Sage? Oh, you're coming in right at the end, sadly. I do plan to probably stream later today, though. Maybe later in the week, but I have to go to dinner. My mom's coming to pick me up here shortly, and then I'm going to hang out with my mom, uncle, and most likely 2 cousins. So it'll be a fun time. But I appreciate you popping in real quick. Yeah, it's crappy timing, but hey, it happens. I do appreciate you popping in, though. It is greatly appreciated. I said appreciate a lot right there. Either way. I will definitely have a good dinner. I'm not sure where we're going, but I think I have an idea, but we'll see. So hopefully to see you in the next stream, Sage, and then we can chat a bit more. Be good times. And thanks to everyone for popping in and saying hi. Bob, the Sweet, Lothar, and Croach, always appreciated. And y'all have a good rest of your, you know, day or night. Alright. Toodles! And thanks for watching, and tuning in, and lurking.